What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for Weekly Indie Newcomer, the Friday series where I show you an indie game that's caught my eye over the course of the last week. Sproggiwood is a game that I streamed a couple weeks ago, so I've played a good 5-10 hours of Sproggiwood, and it's a game that I very much like. It's a game that I was skeptical about at first, but after having played it, all of my weird little kind of artistic inklings are gone. So it's very, very easy to judge this game by its cover because it's got cutesy graphics. Everything looks very childish and sort of like it was made for like 7 to 10-year-olds. But there is a very, very nasty and difficult roguelike hidden inside this game. So do not be put off. Do not judge a book by its cover. What you find inside may very much surprise you. And so today we're going to be playing Sproggiwood. It's by Freehold Games. You can get it for $14.99 on Steam if indeed you like the gameplay that we do here today. Let's get going. There once was an island called Clog, where clogheads chased sheep through the fog. They laughed on the devil and never made trouble until they met Sproggy of Sprog. Look, over here, a cloghead sleeps. So I see. Anyways, my work here is done. The rest is up to you. Thank you, Racco. By the power you've granted me, I will save my realm. If you say so. Look, the cloghead awakens. Away! Go, before it sees you. Hey, you with the pitchfork. Yes, you, cloghead. Are you surprised to meet a talking sheep? Why don't you take a closer look? And so we can click on this thing right here, and then we click on that, and it'll allow us to inspect things, which is very, very important in any roguelike, because obviously you've got to identify threats before they run up on you. It's a sheep, and it's talking. I told you. Now follow me. I want to show you something marvelous. Alright. We can use the W.A.S.D. keys to move around. Oh no! A yellow jelly! It's come to eat us! We're doomed! It's hopeless, Cloghead. Let us lie down and accept our fates. I don't like how you lumped me in with you, so we can just press in the direction of the mob we want. And stabity! We apply our pitchfork to the front of its face, which seems to have done pretty well because he is now gone and we have absorbed his internal stars, which are like his soul power. You are brave, Cloghead. You have saved us from that deadly, yet adorable jelly. Let us continue forth. Ow, blue jelly! Why do you hate me? Yikes, another jelly! This one is twice as big and twice as cute! Well, if there's one thing I know about cuteness and deadliness being linked, it's that the one true weakness is pitchforkery! Hooray. And then we leveled up. Every time you level up, you get to pick an ability. There are different classes in this game. There's a fighter, there's a farmer, there's a rogue, there's an archer. There's all kinds of cool classes, and every single one of them has 4 abilities that they can draw upon. Each ability, as you unlock it, it will level up. So let's say that I level up again. I could put another point in a pitchfork if I wanted to, and each time it gets a little bit better, and you can upgrade it so you can make little pseudo builds. It's a simplistic system, but it works very, very well because the dungeons are not really long enough anyways for you to actually get to max level a lot of the time. So what you'll notice is that the game is actually very, very well paced in order to keep your characters leveling up. And of course, you go back to level 1 each time you leave a dungeon. So you'll start from your town, you'll go to a dungeon, you'll beat it while leveling up, you'll go back to level 1, you'll go to the next dungeon, which will be slightly harder. And the game is very, very good about introducing threats and moving slowly and forcing you to like learn the game. But by the time you get to the middle of the game, it gets very, very vicious. I'm gonna go with Pitchfork because it's a super useful ability. Cloghead, you look wiser now. It's as if you learned something from the experience of fighting those jellies. I think it was mostly the slaughtering, actually, not the fighting itself. Take a look at your new power. We can inspect our power, and so if we click that on over there, and then we click on our power, we hurl a pitchfork in the direction of an enemy if we want to. Sounds pretty good to me. Powers cost stamina, and it looks like killing those jellies has given you stamina stars. And these are listed up here. Onwards. Oh no! What is that? Don't touch it. Actually, on second thought, touch it. Boom! And so we got ourselves a flaming shovel. It shoots a pillar of fire that deals 4 to 6 damage. If there's one thing I know about a farming implement that helps you like dig trenches and make like little crop holes and things, it should make flammable objects burst into flame. Obviously that makes your job that much easier. Cloghead, take a look at your new weapon. And so we can do that by clicking over here, and we can look at our gear, and it shoots a pillar of flame. How mighty you are to behold, Cloghead, a true adventurer. Onwards we go. Wait, Cloghead, if you walk up to that jelly, it'll bite you again. Can't you outsmart it? If you wait a turn, it will come to you. Click the hourglass or press the space bar. Space bar! Space stab! There we go. I actually almost set my sheep on fire, but luckily he doesn't appear to be quite as flammable as everything else around here. Yes! You outsmarted a jelly cube, and you taught it a deadly lesson for being so adorable. Adorableness, I do not encourage it within my radius. Look, this is what I want to show you, a mysterious door. Let us enter it, heedlessly. You first. Look, Cloghead. We were transported to a wonderful place. The rivers are so blue, the forests so green. But I must confess something. I have fooled you. I am no sheep. No sheep at all.
Hark, mortal! I am Sproggy, Dark Lord of this realm. Begin your life anew as my thrall, for I am your master now. You will spend the remainder of your days in my realm, Sprog, toiling as I see fit.
Not to be confused with toileting as he sees fit. That's far too invasive.
Now let us visit the meager peasant village where you will live. So you don't succumb to feelings of despair, I have built this quaint farm and cottage for you. Lovely, aren't they? Now, my thrall, it is time to test your mettle. It is time to put you to work. For your first task, you must quell the uprising of a troublesome jelly lord. His name is Big Ick, and he lives at the bottom of a cave called Icky. Big Ick fancies himself as something of a social philosopher. Lately, he's been stirring up dissent among the jellies, trying to convince them to organize into solid forms. I will not have it! You must go to Icky and put Big Ick in his place.
Alright, and so quest received. Off we go to Icky. And so this is probably going to be all that we accomplish in this first episode. In fact, I may die. It may be bad. You earn money for each little quest that you do. So let's say that you can go through and beat this with every single class if you want for practice. There are actually, I think they added Vampire. Is Vampire new? I don't recall Vampire being in the game. Then again, I might not have been paying attention. Most of my time spent on Steam and on Twitch on Twitch alone is spent doing tomfoolery actions and kind of being the court jester, so obviously I miss a lot of things.
Onward we go! It is time to do my bidding, Cloghead. Remember what you have learned about defending yourself when I wore that ridiculous sheep costume. Now go!
Alright, and so now we are outside Icky. We can break these little bushes, but later on it becomes a bad idea because monsters spawn out of them. But for right now, we shall break apart all of the vases within the area of our site, because if there's anything that video games have taught me, it's that vases always have super awesome treasure inside. We're also going to try and be careful and level up our character first, because your powers are very, very important in this game. Scarecrow, think of it as the AoE fear from World of Warcraft that the warrior has. It's an AoE fear. It scares everything away from you, but from the location where you deploy the Scarecrow. So it's kind of like a, I don't know, you deploy the Scarecrow and then it does the AoE fear. Cornucopia heals you to full health, and in fact, that's one of the reasons why I personally feel that the Farmer is by far the best character. Between Pitchfork and Cornucopia, you should pretty much have a decent time of it. So hurl a Pitchfork in any direction at an enemy. That's the one I'm going to take, because a ranged attack in this game is incredibly useful. And so we're going to use it right here. We'll click on that. Oh, that's not how it works. Oh no, I got murdered. That's unfortunate. Alright, that's a little disappointing, but we'll figure it out. Hold on. Oh no, I clicked on my normal attack. There we go. That's how you do it. I, for some reason, thought that it's called Pitchfork, and that looks more like a hand scythe to me, so I thought, you get what I mean. Now, these are going to respawn endlessly, and that's one of the reasons why I always recommend taking a ranged attack so that you can actually close ground with these things. Otherwise, you'll spend a lot of time accomplishing nothing and trying to work your way towards it. In fact, I would say to use your stamina stars very, very liberally in this game. If you have stamina stars, throw them out all over the place because your abilities are meant to be used. This is not a game where you want to sit on your abilities. Every single mob that you kill gives you a stamina star, so use your stamina like crazy. A vampiric pickaxe, it heals me for 1 when an enemy dies, of course. And this game has nailed one of my major things that I love. It makes things show up on your character when you loot them. That's a healing shrine, so we're going to save that for a little bit. We're going to steal all... Who puts these gold inside these vases? Like, when you're in the middle of a dungeon. Like, is there a bureaucracy that's responsible for that? There's, like, the Bureau of Public Gold Distribution. I need to meet them in real life. Believe me, I could use a Bureau of Public Gold Distribution. I'd be like, hey, what's up? You want to throw me some gold real fast? Homie? You wanna help me pay them bills? Them automobiles? Oh no, I almost got bit by a spider. It's like every other day in my apartment. Let's throw that over there. If you step on the slime, it teleports you one forward, so you need to plan for that. Different color slimes leave different color stuff on the ground. So let's say you kill a black slime, different things will fall on the ground than if you kill a red slime or if you kill a yellow slime. So you need to learn these things. It's part of the metagame. If you don't learn what each slime does, it becomes very, very difficult to plan, and that's part of where the game starts to get difficult. This first dungeon is actually kind of a joke, but believe me when I say the second dungeon is quite a bit more difficult, and by the third dungeon, you have to plan your activities very, very carefully. Like, every turn has to be considered. I mean, everything moves at the same time as you, so you need to really, really make sure that you're thinking out your moves. I'm going to heal right now, even though there's really no point, and we're going to go down these stairs over here to find Big Ick. Alright, the second layer of Icky Colo. Let's get ourselves paid. What does that do right there? Is that another stairwell? I think we may have found the stairwell to the next floor already. Alright, so we'll destroy that. I like the tiles in here. It's that lovely floral arrangement. Not floral as in flowers, but floral as in F-L-O-O-R-A-L. What is that? The Stormguard Dungarees. Let's see. Whenever you are attacked, 40% chance to shoot 4 bolts of lightning that deal 3 to 4 damage, and plus 10 HP. If there's one thing I know that I like in life, it's pants that fire lightning bolts from my genital region. So we're going to go for that right now. It also gave us a spiffy belt to go along with it, although these short things going on right now, I feel like back in the 70s we would be really, really stylish, but right now, the shorty shorts, not too popular of a fashion accessory at the moment. This thing does something, and I don't remember. Oh, shit. Oh no. Please stop striking me. Oh no. These are the ones that blow up. Yep. Okay. I remember that one turn too late. So they blow up and they fire in the cardinal directions. They shoot a pillar of flame in every direction. So we need to be aware of that. I'm going to go with... we'll go with Scarecrow. Scarecrow's slightly more useful. Pumpkin Bomb puts a mine on the ground, and yes, that is pretty useful in most situations, but you've got to get the enemy to like run into it, and so basically it's mostly used for blocking corridors so that you can bait dumb enemies on in, but other than that, you shouldn't find too much use in it. Let's go there. I'm going to stab you and step that way, and as you can see, it also affects enemies, and those can actually be very, very precarious. Be very, very careful about the way that you engage red slimes. Like, seriously, they can get you in trouble. Okay, so over here, I'm going to get rid of him. We'll step over to there so that the damage hits him. And so as you can see already, there's a bit of contemplation and planning in every single fight that you get into. Like, for example, I was able to plan for the flame to hit that mob right there as he stepped forward to attack me. And it gets more and more complicated. Every mob does something different. So, for example, the black slimes, as I recall, the black slimes, I think when you kill them, they split in two, and then they take one turn to respawn, and they become 2 more slimes, and so they can really kind of get out of hand, actually, if you don't kill them on the concurrent turns. So they respawn in doubles every single time that you don't kill their little corpse region. Let's go ahead and get rid of these, and we'll keep on stepping through. I'm picking up gold, and you might ask what the gold is useful for. The gold is useful for buying upgrades and gear. If you wanted to save up your gold, it's expensive, but what you can do is you can permanently unlock gear to equip your characters with to make their future runs more easy. So if you're having a lot of trouble with the game, you can actually grind up gold a little bit, and you can start off with any item you've already found in the game. So for example, these lightning pants that we're wearing right now, that we are thrusting towards enemy all the time with our thunder thrusts, our thunder thrusts can now be purchased from the store from now on. They are expensive, but having them gives you a considerable leg up when you start the game off. I'll level up in just a minute. I know the OCD people are like losing their minds right now, but it's okay. I promise I'll level in just a moment. We're at level 3. I'm going to go with Pitchfork 2. And so now our pitchfork fires both forwards and backwards. So any direction we designate for it to fire, it then fires behind us as well. The upgrade after that fires in every direction. Big Ick's lair. Here we are. Here we are. Let's slay him. There he is. Gibble, gibble, gibble. If you wanted to know, Sproggy says don't fall victim to his persuasive rhetoric. If you were wondering what Sproggy says. I don't know if that's going to work on a boss. I have a sneaking suspicion that it might not. Well, if we kill the boss, we automatically win, so the enemy's gate is down, as I always say. A mysterious mushroom. Eep! Okay. Treasure! And that'll send you back to town. And so a new villager has joined our town, Seppo the Spider. We've also got Otho the Slime. You can talk to these guys in between missions, and they'll give you little lore kind of snippets, I guess, and they'll kind of fill you in on the background of the world. As far as I know, this game is based on Finnish lore. And so that's pretty sweet. I think that's an area that really hasn't been delved into that often in video gaming, if it has indeed been at all. I think Unreal World is the closest thing to like a Norse simulator, you know what I mean? Or a Scandinavian simulator where it kind of incorporates all those different cultures from Scandinavia. But this game is specifically on Finnish folklore.
You did it! Excellent work, Cloghead.
All right, and so Big Ick is in his place.
What's that? Something about a mushroom. Silence! We will get to that in a moment. First, let us examine the spoils you have recovered from Big Ick's lair.
Okay, and so inside that there was an ingot. What we can do with the ingot is we can either unlock the warrior or we can unlock the archer. I think the archer is the better character, and in fact the archer is very, very good. Ranged characters in this game are fairly superior. The warrior does have some interesting utility abilities and plays kind of like a paladin. He's got a shield bubble and he's got a couple of other abilities. He's got a whirlwind where he can spin around and hit everything adjacent to him. And so if you can level him up, he's actually pretty good. But the archer has no such qualms. The archer is actually kind of a bamf no matter what you do. We'll build the wood mill.
Yes, Cloghead. Your simple, dull civilization is expanding. Now you can send archers on adventures. You'll loot 1,000 more gold. Now tell me about this mushroom. It popped out of Big Ick. A new species. In Sproggiwood? Oh ho, yippee-yi-yo. Well, I mean, rejoice, another creature for me to subjugate. Oh, who am I kidding?
I'm no Dark Lord. I'm just Sproggy, a little guardian spirit who wants to save his realm from ruin. I'm sorry about all those terrible things I said to you. Let me explain. This is Sprog, and it's my realm. Well, it's not mine, technically. I didn't create it, but I am its guardian spirit. Anyways, Sprog is populated with some wonderful creatures, but there's no order, no community. With enough time, the denizens of Sprog will ravage each other and leave nothing but destruction and chaos in their wake. How can I be certain of this, you ask? You must trust me, Cloghead, for I know things most spirits do not, and that is where you come in. I've been spying on, well, admiring your people for quite some time. The Clogheads value peace, order, and civility, and you thrive accordingly. And so it hit me, the answer to Sprog's problems is civilization. You can bring civilization to Sprog. So you see, Cloghead, this is why I guided you to Sprog. Now I'm going to investigate this curious mushroom. In the meantime, meet Spencer Squish. I relocated him here from Icky so that he could help you around your village. Spencer, explain how the Clogheads should spend their gold. I'll be back with news about that mushroom. With all that shiny gold you won fair and square, you can buy things in town. You can buy civic boosts to improve your civilization. You can buy gear that help you in dungeons, or you may have noticed dungeon gear that dematerializes when you leave a dungeon through a portal. Traveling through the astral plane has its cost, but once you buy gear at the shop, you keep it for good. You can also buy potions and scrolls you find in the dungeons. Once you buy a potion or scroll, you can take it with you every time you go adventuring. And that squishes that. Bye. Okay, so here it is. These are upgrades that make you level up faster and make your life a little bit easier. Here's the weapons that we've unlocked thus far. I think the Stormguard dungarees are quite good. We haven't unlocked any potions or anything yet, but consumables are very, very important in this game as well. This is not a game where you ignore your consumables. They aren't randomized. They don't do bad things. The consumables are all pretty much universally useful. Let's go out and get in another fight. Cloghead, you're just in time. It seems the little... Oh, okay, so the mushroom, for some reason it's double-clicking. Anyways, it seems the little bugger has been spawning all over the place. He's talking with regards to the mushroom. Mushrooms are appearing in Icky and Goturku. What's Goturku, you ask? Why, it's another of Sprog's fabulous dungeons and home to the goat folk. The goat folk can be quite ornery, you see, especially their tribe mother, the goatress. This is what concerns me. She might not take kindly to finding these little mushrooms in her warren. You must go to Goturku and deliver this message. Be nice to the mushrooms. Deliver it by any means necessary. Good luck, and beware the goats. Alright, well, let's go to Goturku then. We're going to bring the archer along for this one, so that you can see a little bit of the variability in the gameplay. This is where we would equip our character. But with nothing to equip, we're just going to start our quest. So there's the first lovely little foe that we're going to have to face. And so the goatmen actually do like this charge attack. We start out with no ranged ability, which is troublesome for the archer, but we can remedy that after our first kill. We get shoot arrow, we get roll, we get lightning arrow, and we get piercing shot. Roll and shoot arrow are ridiculously awesome. Like seriously, these two in combination with one another, forget about it. So let's go ahead and we're going to unlock his archery shot because obviously He's an archer, and without that, how useful would he be? Got ourselves a health potion, which we can now purchase from the shop as well. That's how the ability works right there. So, if you want to use his ranged attack, use his ranged attack. There's no limitation on adjacency or anything like that. You can shoot people. Oh, those are poison. Okay, so those are poisonous bubbles now that we need to be aware of. I'll kill him off, and as long as the enemy gives you 1 star, it's actually kind of a free attack to use, so, you know, use it accordingly. It's fairly good. It's not going to save us. You might be saying to yourself, this feels a little overpowered. Well, hang in there. It's not. You'll see. So I'm going to use the new. We got the Vest of Vitality. It is both alliterative and regenerative. It gives us new health capabilities, and so I'm going to murder that enemy right there. We'll start off by shooting these little guys. There it is. We're going to need to wait for their poison to dissipate so that we don't take any damage. Does it actually stay there permanently? I hope that it doesn't. This is one of those situations where it would be useful, there we go, to have ourselves the roll ability. But we'll get that in just a moment, don't worry. We'll equip that in just a second. Eliminating the enemies, we'll level up again, and now we have roll. If you're wondering what roll does, it's an incredibly useful ability for the archer. It allows you to roll all the way until you hit a wall, like that right there. It can be an incredible, incredible gap creator if you're trying to survive in a very crowded room. And in fact, I would credit that ability for saving my life dozens of times at this point. Like, seriously, it's a good thing. So this changes your surrounding in weird ways. I'm going to turn it into cash. You have 3 options if you pick up items. You can only have 1 in your queue slot. So if you pick up an extra item, you can actually use it instantaneously. You can keep it or you can cash it. I'm going to use it. And so the Scroll of Wonder is now available in the shop. Oh, it put teleportational lily pads around. Okay, that's good, I guess. It also makes... Oh, it also spawned a bunch of clones. That's not good. Alright, this is where roll becomes useful. We can roll our way over to here. That's not going to work. Okay, he's going to charge us, but we got out of the way, I guess. I think I'm going to start out with... We'll do that right there to save ourselves a stamina star. Our clone is right there, but I need a heal very, very badly. So I'm going to grab that shrine. This one, I think, freezes things. Yeah, it makes everything, like, die horribly in nasty frost. With this guy down here, I think I'm going to try and... Oh, we're actually... Okay, he's going to miss us. I'm going to allow him to get adjacent to me, and then we're just going to stab him to death. Wow, he hit us for 9 damage. That was a considerable amount of pain that he distributed to our face with his little beat stick right there. Or his beat board. There we go, beat board. Beat board sounds good. Although it sounds a little vegetably, I don't trust it. Maybe roll away? Yes. Is he going to try and get at us? Yeah, I was going to say, I think he might. I think he might. Oh, he's going to teleport over there now. Okay, well, he's able to close the gap with us a little bit too aggressively and too successfully, so we'll just kill him like that. This guy over here, we'll get rid of him with a couple of arrow strikes. There it is. Not to be confused with air strikes. Obviously, those are different, so don't confuse them. I know. It's a concept which eludes me to this day. Occasionally, I mess it up. Even the best of us mess it on up. Let's go ahead and step down into the dungeon, and we're in the official Goturku now. Whereas the other one was like an off-brand, you're in like that weird kind of bodega area of Hawaii, like the international market where they got like off-brand, like rip-off items, you know what I mean? So anyways, it's like you've got like the Chinese-made Nike, and then you've got like the real Nike, the counterfeit items, basically, the counterfeit brands. The first level was like the counterfeit brand of Goturku. This is real Goturku. I'm going to go with, you can roll a second time, that's even better, to be honest. I think I'll probably go for the critical shot. Yeah, let's go for the critical shot. That right there is going to give us an invisibility potion. I'm going to cash it in for 8 gold. And it's now available in the shop. I'm going to get started on him and all these little guys, I think. I don't think there's any reason... There we go. Got to reset my targeting. Awesome. So we've cleared them all out. I can't get that vase right there without getting myself all nice and poisoned. I'll take him out with my knife. My Mora knife. I think Mora knives are Finnish, I think. There we go. So this is one of those cases where rolling becomes incredibly useful. And from here, we can actually DPS him down like so, and we'll get the 2 stars back as long as we can kill him with 2 hits. Oh no, I took that hit on accident and I didn't mean to. I'm going to use the health potion. There it is. We're back up to full health. We got an invisibility potion now, which is quite useful. Don't underestimate the invisibility potion, although I could have saved my regeneration potion since the altar is right there. A little bit disappointing, but What can you do about it? I'm gonna come over here. Kill him off. There we go. I need to be careful about my stamina stars, so I'll probably kill this one by hand, and one of these little guys by hand, at which point I shall roll through the enemies. We'll take a couple shots right here, and bam, there you go. Nothing like a well-taken shot at the proper location. That is how all amazing stories start, with shots at the proper location. I'll go right there to get rid of him. Okay, so we're looking pretty good right now. The map distribution actually hasn't screwed us too badly. A Stormguard vest. So we'll lose 5 HP, but a 40% chance to shoot bolts of lightning that deal damage. I like that one better, so we'll take it. And let's check this corner right here to make sure there's not anything useful for us up there. There indeed is not, so let's step down into the dungeon to the next level of Goturku. I don't want that. I would love that, though. Oh, we killed him with one shot. Even better. We got a critical hit from that ability. Alright, a fire whip bow shoots a curling whip of flame. Hell yeah! Why wouldn't I take a fire whip bow? Now, the fire whip bow also makes our dagger fiery, just in case you were wondering. It's kind of like a passive thing that we just, like, do now. Alright, I will allow you to bludgeon me, sir, but not too many times. You aren't allowed to abuse me like that. There we go. We can get a whole bunch of double kills right there by just abusing our AoEs. Seriously, if you've got an AoE in this game, abuse the hell out of it. You will not regret it. There we go. We've got another regeneration shrine right here, which actually, I don't recall there being this many regeneration shrines the last time I played. I'll take that. What is that? Teleports you? Eh, I'll cash it. It could be useful in certain situations, but as of right now, it's not going to be amazingly useful to us. We'll grab that. We've already found the exit. Good. I'm going to come down here. We'll take a shot at that right there. That'll get rid of all of its little minions. We'll shoot him and him. Our own AoEs don't affect us, so don't worry about that. Ooh, but he actually hurt us. That's unfortunate. Let's go back to our melee and we'll get rid of him. I'm going to roll through the poison. Ew, that didn't work the way that I wanted it to. Unfortunate. I'm going to roll back to here. And we'll start eliminating some of these little guys. Alright, so I need to get some stars back before we go fight the boss. So... actually, I think they got like a grid. Oh, never mind. I killed them both with one swing. Hooray! Hooray for me. Now that our health is fairly low, I'm going to upgrade to the double roll so that we can roll twice in a row for the cost of one. Oh, I should have rolled right there, actually. Mistakes were made. So now we can actually get away from these guys if we have to. I'll take him out because he's a very, very huge threat to our survival right now with the amount of damage he deals. We can't afford to sink too many more hits from the big goat guys. They deal about 9 damage a hit, and we're only at 23 health right now, so... nasty, nasty, nasty. And now we're at the boss. Let's go for the boss. So we don't have a lot of health left, but maybe we can make it work. Let me get rid of some of these supplementary enemies. Woohoo! Supplementary enemies. That's a pretty good rhyme. You'd have to follow it up with something, though. Definitely, there would have to be like a part 2 to that rhyme. We got a freeze potion. I will probably cash it. We've got an invisibility potion, which is going to give us a fairly staunch advantage when it comes to... yeah, that works. That got us far enough away. I don't mind. I'm going to kill him real fast. There it is. That'll get us a couple of stamina stars. Kind of a twofer. I'm going to use that real fast, although I don't think it's going to do anything for us. We'll start killing off some minions as well. Gotress has got to be around here somewhere. Ew. Okay, so I'm going to use that. You can see how that ability is useful right there. It allows you to get out of pretty much fatal situations fairly consistently. I think I shall kill you, and then I shall slay you as well.
Nyah! What? Be nice. I'm perfectly pleasant, you ugly little block for a head. You just want to steal our iron. Go away. Nyah!
Alright, well, I'm also going to shoot you in the face because I feel like you're going to run up on me and try and murder me. Stab. Oh, 12 damage. Okay. I don't like this anymore. This is no fun. Let us run away and flee. Oh, they only have one hit anyways. Death! Okay, so with 1 HP, we survived the adventure. Huzzah. Through the gate we go, and back and out. Now, the game that I've been playing today is called Sproggiwood. If you liked what you saw here today, you can get it for $14.99. It's done by Freehold Games. The pros of this game are actually pretty overwhelming. There are not really any negatives to this game. The pros are that you've got a fantastically assembled world with its own sense of lore, its own storyline. It feels a little bit like a mobile game, but it has enough depth and enough challenge to really make it worth it to play the game. It doesn't have that simplicity that a lot of mobile games have. I'll add that. So in a lot of ways, you'll find yourself being very, very challenged by the time you get to like the 4th dungeon. You'll be thinking about your moves because your death will hinge. You'll be sitting in a spot and you'll have any combination of like 3 moves, and you know, like 4 of those moves will kill you, 1 of those moves will make you take damage, a couple of those moves will take 2 damage, but 1 of them will be a perfect set of arrangements where you won't take any damage. I was trying to do the permutation in my head, which is why I stuttered, but I can't do maths while I'm in the middle of a video because I'm just a knob like that. It's amazingly well presented. Don't let the cutesy art form put you off because the game honestly has a lot to offer. This is a very, very cool little roguelike, and I think it was largely overlooked by the gaming media, and so I'm happy to show it here today. Cons to the game, honestly, I think the only thing that I would say as a con is that like the city doesn't really seem to affect anything, so you can decorate the city pretty much however you want. Like you can buy free buildings and stuff and you can just kind of like drop them all over the place. I wish that it mattered a bit more. Then again, maybe I didn't get far enough into the game. I'm not sure. But the game is a tremendous amount of fun. So check out Sproggiwood if you're looking for a nice little roguelite that will make you sweat every now and again. My name is Splattercat. I will see you next week on Friday for Weekly Indie Newcomer. Take care out there, everybody. Check out the game down below if you wanted to pick it up, and hi-do.